You know the person. The one your friends warned you about. The one who ran hot, then cold, then hot again. The one who, deep down, you probably knew wasn't right for you, and you fell for anyway. Here's what nobody tells you. That wasn't a failure of judgment. It wasn't you being naive or unlucky or bad at relationships. It was your nervous system voting before your mind was even in the room. Today, we're going to break down exactly why smart, self-aware people fall for the wrong person over and over, and more importantly, what actually helps you stop. 1. Familiarity feels like fate. Here's the first and most uncomfortable truth. We don't fall for what's good for us. We fall for what's familiar. If you grew up somewhere love was inconsistent, where affection had to be earned, or where you never quite knew what mood would walk through the door, your nervous system quietly filed that away as the definition of love. Not healthy, not safe, just normal. So years later, when someone calm and consistent shows interest, something in you goes flat, bored, even suspicious. Meanwhile, someone unpredictable, someone who keeps you guessing, lights you up. That's not chemistry. That's recognition. Your body is meeting an old, familiar shape and mistaking it for a spark. 2. Falling for potential, not reality. The second trap is more subtle. Falling in love with someone's potential instead of who they actually are. They're just going through a hard time. Once things settle, they'll open up. I can see who they could be, even if no one else can. That story feels good to tell yourself. It casts you as the one who truly understands them. But notice what's happening. You're not in a relationship with the person in front of you. You're in a relationship with a future version of them that may never show up. Real compatibility is built on evidence, not imagination. On who someone is today, not the renovation project living in your head. 3. Loneliness lowers the bar. Timing. Specifically, loneliness, and how quietly it rewrites our standards. When you're isolated, exhausted, or going through something hard, basic attention starts to feel like intimacy. A quick reply. A remembered detail. Someone simply showing up. It can feel enormous, not because they're extraordinary, but because you were starving for connection in that exact moment. That's why the same person can feel irresistible on a lonely Tuesday night and completely unremarkable a month later, once you're steady again. 4. Anxiety disguised as chemistry. Now here's the one that fools almost everyone, mistaking anxiety for attraction. A push-pull dynamic, close, then distant, warm, then cold, keeps your nervous system on constant alert. Heart racing. Phone checking. That rush when they finally text back. It feels like passion. But physiologically, it's identical to stress. We've been fed the idea, through movies and lyrics, that intensity equals love. So when your body lights up with anxiety, your brain translates it as this must be special, when really, it's your nervous system just trying to cope with uncertainty. 5. What we believe we deserve. Last piece, and maybe the deepest one. If, underneath it all, you don't believe you deserve steady, consistent love, you simply won't notice when it's missing. It won't register as a red flag. It'll just feel like Tuesday. People with a solid sense of their own worth tend to find calm relationships comforting, not boring. People still healing from that belief often find calm so unfamiliar, they walk right out the door and call it no spark. Understanding why this happens is step 1. Here's what actually helps you interrupt it. 1. Separate the sensation from the story. Next time you feel a rush for someone new, pause and ask, is my body calm or is it racing? Anxious energy gets mislabeled as chemistry constantly. Calm, safe energy is usually the healthier sign, even when it feels less cinematic. 2. Give it the 90-day test. Infatuation chemicals run high for roughly the first few months of anything. Before making big moves, moving in together, ignoring red flags, cutting off other people in your life, let the initial rush settle. Who someone is on day 90 tells you more than who they are on day 3. 3. Write down evidence, not potential. Take 5 minutes and list what this person has actually done, not what they've said, not what you imagine they'll become. Consistency between words and actions is the real signal. Everything else is a story you're co-writing alone. 4. Name your baseline before you name your feelings. Before pursuing someone, Get honest. Are you lonely, bored, or going through something hard right now? There's nothing wrong with wanting connection, but naming your state first helps you tell I like this person apart from I needed someone, anyone, to show up. 5. Sit with the discomfort of study. Notice how you feel around someone reliable and calm. If it feels boring or makes you want to pull away, that discomfort is worth exploring, not evidence that they're wrong for you. It may just mean your nervous system is still recalibrating what safety feels like. 6. Map your last 3. Take a step back and look at your last 2 or 3 meaningful relationships or crushes side by side. Not what went wrong with each person, what they had in common. Same emotional distance? Same feeling of chasing? Same moment where things went from calm to intense? Once you see the pattern laid out like that, it stops feeling like bad luck with people and starts looking like a script you keep walking into. And a script you can see is a script you can rewrite. None of this means treating every spark with suspicion. It means widening the gap, just slightly, between feeling something and acting on it. That gap is where better choices live. So why do we fall for the wrong people? Not because we're careless. Not because we're bad at love. It's because familiarity, hope, loneliness, misread anxiety, and old beliefs about what we deserve all cast their vote before our conscious mind even walks in the room. But here's the good news. Patterns that are named can be interrupted. The next time your heart races for someone, you get to pause and ask one simple question. Is this real? Or is this just familiar? That pause is where the real choice begins. If this helped you see something clearer, let me know in the comments and subscribe for more.